Good morning, everyone. So, today, another lighter day. I can go deep, but let's see how light I can keep it. So in my notes today, we have moon ingressing into Aquarius. The moon that is king or queen of detachment, intellectualizing our emotional state, finding solace with our thoughts or the way that we feel or the way that we think we feel. Being aloof. Not saying that we have to be in everybody's face, but chill out. Today's giving us a day to woosah, I would like to say. Moon in Aquarius, I noticed when I used to work in a restaurant, right? Whenever we would have that 2.5 day spin of moon in Aquarius, the restaurant will stay quiet. Not saying that we didn't have our lunch rushes. Not saying that people didn't come and eat. They did. But they were more inclined to just order, get their food, go get their soda, and then go sit down somewhere quiet by themselves and don't say anything. I enjoyed moon in Aquarius in the workplace. Even the employees. We would just do our work and mind our own damn business. Moon in Aquarius, more times than not, ask people to do the same thing. So take your quiet time today. Enjoy it. Listen to some music. Take a walk. Prepare dinner early. Take a nap. Study. It's a good day. It's a good day. We also have Venus sextile Saturn. And I literally put, what are the rules? We are rebalancing relationships in our lives. And some of those relationships are new. Some of those relationships are old. But you've come to a point where things don't work like they used to. Communication is not as clear as it used to be. There has been a breakdown. Or you have to make the best of your new group at work. You have to, oh man, really? You have to make the best of what you have. If you really want to salvage what it is that you do have in terms of any of the relationships that you're in. What can you do to best make it better? Where can you compromise for the long haul? Saturn deals with time, not just right now time, but for now and whenever. It goes the distance, right? So sit down. Even today will be a good day to sit down with individuals that you want to speak to and say, hey, I understand your point of view and what you wanted for this, but I was thinking maybe we can do this. Where can you compromise? Where can you become more of a support in the relationships that you want moving forward? What is it about yourself that you can curb? What is it about yourself that you can step up to the plate? Saturn is looking for real structure and planning, and Venus wants diplomacy. It wants to make things lighter. It wants to make things what's the word I'm looking for? Pleasurable. There you go. So where can you find that in your relationships? Where can we mend some things? Okay. Now off to the cards. I've shuffled for the most part. I'm going back and forth. I don't know if I want to do tarot first or the oracle cards. Let's do oracle cards first. Say my beeper thingy started beeping a few days ago, the end of last week. Then it just stops. I was like, oh, maybe it was just a fluke. No. It starts up again today. Anyway. Top of the deck. Trust. I like it. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the right timing. Let me rest in the unknown until clear path is shown. Trust. I've been saying it all week. We have made our bed when it comes to the relationships that we have currently in our lives. Majority of them anyway. And some of them might not necessarily be the strongest, but they're not quite there to be thrown away, right? Whether that is co-workers or people you see in the neighborhood or whatever, But what can we do in order to reaffirm the trust that we do have within these relationships? What is it that we can do to make them a lot more easygoing, make them more pleasant, to make them more securable, Venus sextile Saturn is asking us that today. What are the rules of engagement with these relationships that we are deeming worthy enough to continue in our lives, all right? Kaleidodope Astral OG deck. Where's a place we can center this extra energy for today? What's a sign? What's a house? What's an aspect? Earth. Earth. Lessons. Moon in Aquarius is ruled by Uranus tradition. In the contemporary modern world, but in the old world, it was Saturn. Reorientation, awareness, 3D experience, schooling, duality, human condition, reality, practicality, physical body, nature, stability, and mission. Lesson. With trust and lesson. With the relationships that we do want to salvage in our lives, we understand what went wrong. What can you do to make things better? What can you do to ensure, I keep on saying this, to ensure that the relationships that you do have can go a lot more smoother than days past? Think about it. Moon is an Aquarius. Think about it. What can you do to bring more structure in order for your relationships to be more lovely? Tarot. Sometimes problems in relationships can be cleared up with a simple question. If you're living with somebody in particular and they hate it when you put the keys, for example, at the front door, and they would prefer you to put them on the desk. If that's going to stop arguments and people nagging and carrying on, will it kill you to do it? Or vice versa? Will it kill you? Will it bring more harmony into your life? These are the things that we need to consider. Top of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. Not a coincidence. Spirit is literally giving us that push, that new wind in order to do things a lot better. Saturn is the great, not Saturn. Jupiter is the great teacher of the zodiac. What does it have you learned about your behaviors and the way that you think when it comes to the dynamics you have in your life? Nobody just wants a miserable life just to have a miserable life. Nobody necessarily wants to be alone exclusively for the rest of their life either. Whatever the case may be, family, friends, co-workers, associates, significant others. We're coming out of a real hard period. I said this week will be a whole lot lighter than weeks prior to. So knowing that we're getting this extra push feels nice. This is expansion. What are you doing to expand the relationships, to leverage, to build upon the foundations you already have? We're going to have, I think, no, it's this weekend. Oh, okay, never mind. This weekend we'll be having Moon coming in conjunction with Jupiter in Pisces, its own home. Let's make the right decisions with the people that we want to be with, the people that we want to build with. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Cups. Walk away from what emotionally doesn't serve you or is not benefiting the relationship at hand. Some of that stuff can be petty. Some of it can be catastrophic. Whatever it is for you. Sit down, take the time, think about it. Figure out what it is that you need to do in this relationship or that relationship. What can I do to make it more lovely? What can I do to make it more diplomatic? What can I do to make it stronger? What can I do to make it lighter? Can I change something about myself? Can I suggest something? What if Saturday nights for the next 3 weeks, we decide to have family game night? Whatever it may be. You reestablish date nights with your significant other. It can be something as simple as, you know what? I know in arguments, it ticks you off that you say anyways. When I'm being serious here. Can you please don't do that? Everything doesn't have to be grand. But every step we make with good intentions in consideration of the other, with the relationships that we have now established, the ones that we've weeded out, which ones that we want in our lives, what can we do to make it better? Split the deck. Top of the deck. 4 swords. Can't ask for anything better. With Moon in Aquarius. Separate yourself. This person here is meditating on a hill or a mountain, finding solace. We're taking ourselves out the rat race. We're reevaluating us. And how we go about doing that. How do we show up? How do we genuinely show up? Sometimes you cannot figure that out until you set yourself aside and diligently think about it. What does this mean? Four swords can also show retreat. Sometimes you just need to get away. Outer core, number 12, 3, which is Jupiter expansion. Fluidity. What better relationships to have than ones that can move smoothly, can go with the flow? You don't have to be on your guard all the time trying to figure out what the rules of engagement are, because you diligently set yourself aside to figure those out in order to play the game. That way everybody finds a way to win. If the relationship is too rigid and you find yourself compromising yourself in order for it to work more times than not, it's that fluidity. I don't think so. What needs to change? Where can you show up to be that change? What lessons have you learned in this relationship that you deemed worthy enough to hold on to continue? Moon in Aquarius. Venus sextile Saturn. What are the rules? What are the rules? Ask yourself that today. Nevertheless, today's message is over. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully I see you I was about to say next week. Tomorrow. Peace, people.